going to whisper a name to you: Babylon. What comes to mind when you hear it? Perhaps the legendary hanging gardens with their lush green terraces reaching for the sky. Perhaps the mighty king Hammurabi, famous for his justice. Or maybe the famous legend of the Tower of Babel, built to reach the heavens. But was Babylon just a legend? Absolutely not. It was one of the greatest superpowers of the ancient world, a true metropolis rising from the heart of Mesopotamia, where wealth, science, and architecture reached their zenith. In this video, we will explore the breathtaking story of Babylon's transformation from a humble city-state on the banks of the Euphrates River into the most magnificent empire of the ancient world. If you are ready, let our journey to one of the most brilliant pages of history begin. Every great story has a hero. Babylon's first great hero was King Hammurabi, who ascended to the throne in the 18th century BC. Hammurabi took Babylon from a small kingdom and transformed it into a giant empire that united all of Mesopotamia under one rule. But his true legacy was not written with his sword, but with his pen. Hammurabi created one of the oldest and most comprehensive written legal codes in history, the Code of Hammurabi. Known for the eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth principle, these laws actually offered an incredible system of justice for their time. They were the first steps toward an order based on written rules that applied to everyone, not the whims of the king. After Hammurabi, Babylon experienced centuries of ups and downs. However, with the rise of the Neo-Babylonian Empire in the 7th century BC, it entered the most brilliant period of its history, its Golden Age. The architect of this era was Babylon's most powerful and famous king, Nebuchadnezzar II. Nebuchadnezzar literally rebuilt Babylon. He surrounded the city with massive walls said to be impenetrable. He built the famous Ishtar Gate, with its dazzling blue bricks and figures of dragons and bulls. This gate greeted all who entered the city with the wealth and power of Babylon. And of course, there is the famous legend, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Considered one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, it is said that Nebuchadnezzar built them for his homesick wife. While it's still debated whether they truly existed, the legend itself shows the kind of wealth and imagination Babylon possessed. Furthermore, the massive Etemenanki ziggurat, the inspiration for the biblical story of the Tower of Babel, was also raised during this period. This tower was not just a temple. It was a symbol of the Babylonians' deep reverence for the sky and their gods. So what was life like on the streets and in the homes of this magnificent city? For example, what did the Babylonians eat? Archaeological evidence and cuneiform tablets containing the world's oldest recipes give us important clues. The staples of their diet were barley, wheat, dates, and plenty of onions, garlic, and leeks. But one of the most beloved dishes was a hearty lamb stew that would seem familiar to us even today. Known as tofu, this dish was made by slow cooking lamb with leeks, garlic, and various spices. It was often served over barley bread. This delicacy adorned the tables of both the palace of the rich and the homes of the common people in Babylon. The Babylonians didn't just watch the sky with religious curiosity. They were master astronomers. They recorded the movements of the planets, predicted lunar and solar eclipses and laid the foundations for the 12-sign zodiac system we still use today. However, no empire lasts forever. Following the death of Nebuchadnezzar II, Babylon was weakened by political instability. Meanwhile, in the east, a new and unstoppable power was rising, the Persian Empire and its leader Cyrus the Great. In 539 BC, the Persian army arrived at the gates of Babylon. According to legend, Cyrus diverted the course of the Euphrates River, allowing his soldiers to enter the city through the riverbed. Babylon was conquered without a single sword being swung. The greatest city of the ancient world had changed hands overnight. Babylon may have fallen, but its legacy never disappeared. Their discoveries in astronomy reached modern science through the Greeks and Romans. The idea of dividing an hour into 60 minutes and a circle into 360 degrees is a heritage they left to us. Stories like the Tower of Babel and the Babylonian exile continued to live on in different cultures and sacred texts. In conclusion, Babylon was not just a city made of mud and brick. It is an immortal monument to the rule of law, architectural genius, scientific curiosity, and humanity's quest for glory. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
The lessons of history.